An Attleboro City Councilor is working to bring back a city commission. The Attleboro Council on Disabilities has existed for many years to identify and address the needs of those with disabilities in the community. Interest in the group has tapered over the last several years, and City Councilor Walter Thibodeau hopes to revive the commission. To find out more, DoubleACS's James Friedman spoke with the councilor about the group.
I move to refer the following matter to the appropriate committee for study and recommendation that volunteers be recruited to be appointed by the mayor to the Attleboro Disability Council.
My name is Walter Thibodeau. I'm the Ward 1 City Councilor for the City of Attleboro. And we haven't had an active Disabilities Council in the City of Attleboro for approximately 10 years. Before that time, we had a very active Disability Council, and very often they would bring to the attention, either in the planning process or after construction, to the city's attention something that the city had done or had not done that they needed to do by law or needed to correct because if they had done it improperly. And this is all to benefit people with disabilities and the disabilities that can be seen or unseen. For instance, you may notice someone who is blind, who has a service animal that helps them, but you might not notice someone who has a heart condition that looks quite healthy and normal, but yet they still may have a handicap placard because, according to their doctor, they should not be walking long distances because it may put stress on their heart, which is obviously not good for them. So the Disabilities Council, as these different types of topics may come up and be brought to their attention, they would have an opportunity to discuss them and research the laws under the ADAs or the federal disability laws, which have been adopted by all of the states, and see what kind of help, by notifying the city, that they could help this resident out with to correct whatever problem they had brought to their attention. I have been attending the town of North Attleboro Disability Council meetings. In fact, there's one tomorrow that I'll be attending. And from what I've seen on their docket so far for their meetings, there is one funeral home in the city which is not handicap accessible. The way that they go about bringing people in and people out who are in wheelchairs at this time is by lifting the people up as they're going in and lifting them down as they're going out. And someone who is handicapped wants to have and live as independent of a lifestyle as they had before they became handicapped. In one of the pages in here, it gives the procedures to setting up a Disabilities Council within the city. And so what I did was I had made copies of the cover of the book and that page that gave all of the explanation about it, and I had distributed it in advance to all of the other council members. In downtown Attleboro, we have a very, very specific example of the bird tweets that a blind person, when anyone pushes the ped button to cross the street, different locations have a different bird tweet that is audible, and that helps a unsighted person to be able to know that it's safe to cross the roadway. It makes a great big difference for them to hear that audible sound and to know if it's safe for them to go ahead and cross the roadway. So that's one way that the former commissioners had been proactive in informing city government that this was something that needed to be done. For anyone who would have a desire to be a member of the city's Disability Council would be to draft a brief resume and send it to the mayor's office expressing whatever experience they may have. They may be disabled themselves, or they may have experience working with disabled persons. Normally there is between 7 and 9 members of the commission. The advisors, say a non-voting member, would be usually the building inspector or one of the building inspectors. ones that are most familiar with architectural accessibility. The state mandates that the city, or in case of a town, the town manager, but in a city, the mayor, makes an appointment like they would to any other board or commission, which is unpaid. And he would send his candidate's name down to the city council, at which time they would bring the person in for a meet and greet and maybe ask some questions about their qualifications, those kinds of things. And then if the council agreed with the mayor's appointment, then they would go ahead and confirm that appointment. Just since last night, I've had emails sent to me with people who are interested, asking me what the procedure would be to be appointed. In general, I think that it helps when a disabilities commission that is active and works in harmony with the mayor's office and the administration to point out the inconsistencies when they exist.